Hey rock stars, welcome back to Metaphysical Monday. I'm Susan at the Fossil Cartel. Hope you had a good weekend. So lately I've been talking about stones for transformation because the planet seems to be going through a major transformation. I had a little epiphany this weekend as I was driving downtown. So I don't know if you all are aware of what's happening in Portland, but we've been continuing to have protests for Black Lives Matter and against police brutality every night. And in the past, well, most of the protests have been really peaceful, except late at night, every night, around the Justice Center, a group of people gather and they antagonize the police, and sometimes it gets a little dicey. And so a lot of buildings, including mine, we've been boarded up so that we don't get vandalized or looted. And when I was driving through downtown last night, I noticed there's this big contrast. There's amazing art on a lot of the buildings, a lot of the boards, just phenomenal artwork. And you drive through and you're like, whoa, where am I? What is this? And then some of the buildings don't have any artwork on it, but they do have a lot of graffiti on it. The people that have been doing the late night protests, the vandals, they've been tagging buildings with graffiti and breaking windows, and it looks like a war zone. So on one hand you have the beautiful artwork, and on the other hand you have this desecration. It's like such a contrast. So it made me think of, wow, we're really going through a rebirth. We've got like death on one side and this renaissance on the other side. And so it goes hand in hand with the transformation, but it's just another way of looking at it as a death and rebirth. And what are we rebirthing into? So I thought it would be nice to talk about stones for rebirthing as well, and to remind ourselves that everything's connected and the planet is a reflection of ourselves and we're a reflection of the planet, and so on and so forth. So whatever work we do internally will ripple out into the world, and so on and so forth. So what can we do to help this rebirthing of our planet? And like, there's so many things that are shifting, from, of course, because of the pandemic, the way we're spending our time. Like in the Oregonian and our newspaper this weekend, they had all these, for the living and culture section, they had all of these ideas for projects you can do at home, creativity, all different things you can make. And it was really inspiring. And so it's interesting how everything is shifting, and they may seem like little things individually, but when you put them all together, it's a huge transformation. It's really fascinating and interesting. So I encourage us all to do the internal work as well to help the planet rebirth. And so here are some stones for that purpose that can help us. So first of all, we've got angelite, and I believe a couple of these stones I've talked about before for transformation, but it's also for rebirth. So this is angelite, and angelite facilitates the rebirthing process, stimulating healing and open psychic channeling. Angelite, interestingly enough, is formed from celestite that's been compressed over millions of years. So to remind you what celestite looks like, this is celestite. It's a crystalline formation. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I love this stuff. And then angelite, according to Judith Hall in her book Crystal Bible, it's compressed celestite over millions of years. And angelite forms in nodules, so you can see in the back what it looks like, and then they just cut and polish it. And we also have spheres out of spheres out of angelite, a couple of different sizes. And of course we have tumbled angelite, and we also have a couple of pendants. They don't usually make jewelry out of angelite, probably because it's a little soft, but we have these tumbled stone pendants, and we also have these crystal shaped pendants too, sterling silver. And then we have chiastolite. And this is what chiastolite looks like. Chiastolite is linked to death and rebirth. This stone can provide the answer to mysterious events. Psychologically, chiastolite dissolves illusions and calms fears, enabling you to face reality, and particularly helpful in overcoming fear of going mad. So that's interesting, huh? It helps with overcoming fear of going mad. I bet a lot of people feel like they could go mad during this time because it's so unusual and challenging for a lot of us. This is another piece of chiastolite. It makes a natural cross like that. Dissolves illusions. I think our administration can use some of that right now. And then malachite. Oh wait, it also says it aids in the transition between one situation and another and releases worn out patterns and conditioning. So you can see this is a perfect stone for what we're going through right now. Chiastolite. And then malachite is another stone for rebirth. Helps with the rebirthing process. This is a nice slab of malachite. It's polished on both sides. And of course we have lots of malachite jewelry, but today I was going to show you the different forms of malachite. This is called the fibrous form of malachite. It's very rare, and some of the good stuff looks very velvety. And then we have some druzy malachite. This is very sparkly in the right light. And then unakite, which is this green and pink stone, facilitates rebirthing, bringing to light and integrating insights from the past, and gently releases conditions that inhibit spiritual and psychological growth. It's also helpful in past life healing for going back to the source of a problem and reframing it. So, like we have what's been happening with the Confederate statues. So going back into the past history and reframing it. So this is helpful for that. This is more unakite. So it forms in the massive form, so they cut and polish it and make carvings out of it and spheres and eggs and stuff like that. And then black obsidian. So we have rough black obsidian, we have polished black obsidian. It's also helpful in uncovering unconscious thoughts and patterns that inhibit one's spiritual and personal growth. Black obsidian gently but firmly points out where one holds these patterns and assists in clearing them from the aura field and cellular memory. So really good for rebirth. So we also have spheres and eggs out of black obsidian. That's just a little marble. Here's a tumbled piece. We have a lot of obsidian in Oregon, so it comes from lava flow. Here's a crystal-shaped obsidian pendant. And then finally, we have Shiva lingams. Here's a big Shiva lingam. Shiva lingams destroy what is old and corrupt to clear the way for rebirth. Those who wish for such transformation will find in them a fierce and ready ally. So these come from India, from a certain river in India, the Narmada River. And they come in all different sizes, from gigantic to medium to small. Here's a smaller one. And Shiva, if you're not familiar with Shiva, she or he was the goddess of death and rebirth. So there you go. It's a she. I think it's a she. Here's a tiny, tiny one. We make little pendants out of these tiny ones too. So originally they came out of the river this shape approximately, but now they shape them that way, and it's a combination of a few different minerals. So I hope that helps, and good luck with all of our transitioning. I think it's going to take a few years. I was talking to an astrologer yesterday, and it sounds like it might be a 4-year process. Oh my gosh, who knows what's going to happen next, but hang in there and stay grounded and centered and balanced and whole, and we will see you soon, Wednesday, for Wednesday updates, and then so on and so forth. So have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you soon. Cheers. Thanks for watching.